So I guess what's left is the Marvel drama. I don't know if you guys have seen that. People complaining about Emma Frost.
I thought we were going to talk
So
about
sick of
Disney.
these. So sick of these tourists, man. People don't give a fuck about comic books. Don't give a fuck about these characters coming in, giving their opinions on this shit. It's off. Go away. Go away. Nobody wants you here. Nobody wants you in this fandom. Coming here whining because she's dressed sexy. Emma Frost has always dressed like a whore.
That's why they need Sydney Sweeney.
But here they come. Oh, it's too revealing. She's too sexy. She looks like a man, apparently. What are you talking about? Compared to a lot of the characters I've seen. So apparently, so I'll show you this.
I'll see. Oh, yeah, I was right. I was about to say, Emma Frost, wasn't she introduced at first wearing a corset?
Yes.
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 There you go.
Apparently, this is a man drag queen, I guess.
Mind control. White queen. Mind control. White queen.
Also, too sexy, too revealing. Notice that the thighs jiggle.
Yeah.
Sick of these people coming in here and talking about these characters like they care.
Well, Flash,
away.
they worked so hard to make all of the female characters, gaming characters, androgynous. So yeah, they're mad that she actually has jiggle physics. She has the anatomy of a woman. They worked so hard to get that away. So stupid.
She looks good to me.
Oh, they really just need to cast Sydney Sweeney, don't they? Like, it's still just perfect, I reckon.
I don't think she's got those thighs.
She could do it.
She's got the breasts. She's got the breasts.
Send her to McDonald's for a week. She'll get those thighs.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Rachel Zegler is Emma Frost.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I've just been posting Emma Frost art on my timeline for the past 2 days because
You're pissing me off.
too revealing. It's like you tourists. She's looked like this since she showed up back in the day. Like here, this is from her first appearance when the Hellfire Club grabbed the X-Men. Got a Storm on the Sex Cross.
Well, even in the X-Men movie that she's in.
Yeah, she looks great. Here's some J. Scott Campbell. Looks good, but nothing compares to the art gem drawing. This is my favorite Emma Frost artwork.
How
Looking
good
like a
does that
true
look?
femme fatale, right?
Mhm. She uses all of that.
If you got a problem with this, off. Go away. Get out of here. I don't want you in the fandom. Don't need you. Don't want you here. Go away. Sick of these mothers, man. Fakes. Phonies. You've done enough damage to this fandom. Go away.
I'm definitely not gay.
Here's her first appearance. This is her first appearance.
Yeah. Who did that artwork?
John Byrne. You know who that is? He's a
No, I
legend,
don't.
brother.
I was gonna say the hips look a little bit out to me, a little shonky. But who am I? I'm no artist.
One of the greatest X-Men artists ever, dude.
The chat's calling me out. Sure, Rhino. You're not gay.
You do drink Foster's, though. That's...
Yeah, which is pretty gay.
So I'm so irritated with. So the biggest thing is these Marvel Risings, like Marvel Rivals losers. They're really mad about it.
Well, the thing that's going to be interesting is the female Silver Surfer, right? Like, you think of the male Silver Surfer and he's like cut as like, you know, pretty solid being. What are they going to do with that? Are they going to make her just no shape, no boobs?
Well, we haven't seen anything yet.
But even just
I don't
doing a
think we've
female Silver
seen
Surfer-
any official artwork or anything on the female Silver Surfer yet, have we? Like,
I don't think there has been any images of it. Not that I've seen.
they're keeping that pretty tight. They're not
So
saying
stiff,
anything.
though.
So here's some of the backlash. We'll just watch a little bit of this. We don't have to watch the whole thing.
Marvel Rivals continues to do what it does best, and that is provide
my
fun
God, that's a
gameplay
dude.
and appealing character
I know,
designs.
it's good. Throws you off, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Shadow Saiyan 737 for 20 Flash. It's okay. They can always play their own game. Concord. Oh, wait. No, they can go play Overwatch. Overwatch the other day was celebrating disability or something in their game. It's like, well, nobody gives a shit about your game anymore. They're all playing Marvel Rivals.
Speaking
to go
of
with it, and that
disability,
includes both.
What do you say?
I regret to inform everyone it's 7:30 a.m. and I need to go to sleep.
Oh. Well, everybody check out Archcast.
Hell, Arch.
Thank you for having me on again, and it was fun.
Yeah, for sure. You can come on. If you come on enough, you'll get an intro.
I will try. I will try.
Gotta make it. Oh, he left.
He's gone. Bye, Arch.
Bye.
Appealing designs of male characters.
This is Rev says Desu has a big channel, 727,000 subs, by the way.
Yeah, I love watching that channel.
As well as female characters. Now, recently, Marvel Rivals announced one of their upcoming heroes that'll be released on April 11th, and that is Emma Frost. And as you can see very shortly here, there's a lot of hype surrounding this character, and I think the reasons are pretty obvious. A lot of people are very impressed with the design here, and it's not anything too new for Marvel Rivals. You can see a more still image here. I think it goes without saying a lot of people are looking forward to getting this hero and some of the skins that'll go with it. And the excitement has definitely boiled over. Some people are really wiling out over this one. If you search up the name Emma Frost, you're going to find literally hundreds of pieces of artwork already, and people are very happy. But also, people are very angry. They're accusing Marvel Rivals of many things, of sexism.
I just like... Oh, mate. Please take a seat.
Yeah, that's great.
I've ever discovered, and that is gooner bait and things like that. But anyways, you see this reply right here saying,
Because it sells. Because it sells. Everybody loves a sexy woman, even women.
Yeah.
Even if they don't want to have sex with them, they just appreciate a beautiful woman.
sorry, but I find it way too explicit. It's not really appropriate for a video game. They're not even saying for Marvel Rivals. They're saying for video games in general. And they continue.
Get the out of here, Gravity. Off. Off. We don't need you in video games. We don't need you in comics. We don't need you in anything. Off. Sick of these people, man. Sick of these. Leave the hobby. Go away. Nobody wants you here.
Sure, this character is often dressed like this in the comics, but nowadays, very few kids read comics, whereas many of them play video games, especially when they're free. First of all, if we're talking about actual children here, they should not be playing Marvel Rivals in the first place. But this whole sentiment right here is very, well, depressing, but also true. Very few kids are reading comic books.
That's true. Yeah.
And as that reality is faced, we shouldn't cater to it with video games.
They read manga, though. They love manga.
Like, why would you cater to people not reading the comics? And on top of that, a part of me doesn't blame them because anything recent with any sort of Marvel comics is probably garbage anyways. But let's continue on with this.
Can confirm.
As an example
Can
of
confirm that current day Marvel comics suck shit.
one of the outfits she has worn. It is pretty much a 1-to-1 match with what we're looking at with the hero in Marvel Rivals.
And I just showed a bunch of artwork too. Like, she's always dressed like this.
Mhm.
In every medium she's been in. This includes like X-Men or Wolverine in the X-Men, and she was also in that anime X-Men show. She was dressed pretty tightly. She's always dressed like this. It's part of her character.
And you can see another version here. It lines up, but people are not happy. You can see this user saying, insane gooner bait. People will say it's comic accurate. That's cool, but it doesn't change the statement. Well, yeah, I think it is important to be comic accurate, because if this wasn't comic accurate, people would be very, very angry and saying that Marvel Rivals is making a sexist outfit here and yada, yada, yada. But people overusing the term gooner is just exhausting. I remember years ago when if you called someone a gooner, it meant like they're in their house 24/7 with 10 monitors playing at the same time while they jay off their entire life. Like that was what it meant.
Heard it till recently.
Yeah, I haven't heard it until recently either. It's like a newer thing.
Now it's just guy who plays Marvel Rivals or guy who has a healthy libido. That's what it's been reduced to by users like this. And of course, you have more users expressing their concern and getting thousands of supporters saying, okay, this is just getting weird now. The over-sexualization of women in this game need...
I don't know too many, like, this, trying to say that this is a drag queen. I don't see many men with hips like this.
Needs to stop. Ooh, we got a male feminist, but not just any male feminist here. A male feminist who's protecting female drawings. Yes, protecting thy lady in its fictional status.
Yes, man, I am a little pissed. Tired of this shit. Sick of it.
This is just very, very sad that people are so afraid of a little skin in a video game. And of course, you know, people raise the point here, you know, people used to just see a bad bitch and go on about their day. Now we got to sit through 100 think pieces on why men should be sexualized equally. Now, I'm an equal opportunity person when it comes to fan service in games. If you want to sexualize female characters, that's cool. You should also be able to do the same for male characters if that's your preference. It should be equal. If people want to enjoy appealing character designs, everyone should have their preference catered to, whether it's a male character or a female character. I think that is a thing people should be able to agree on. But of course, with Marvel Rivals, they have examples of heroes with very revealing outfits. In fact, I think there's more.
Yeah, nobody gets mad about this.
Did they forget that Mel Gibson used to do an obligatory butt shot in every movie because of women?
Very true.
Dude,
Yeah.
I've been
Sorry, go
I've
on.
been watching the Van Damme movies for the first time, and you see his ass in every
Obligatory.
movie.
Exactly. In the 80s and 90s, women loved that. Like, they're acting like women have never sexualized men before.
I know
What
the
fucking
only reason
universe are you
Aquaman
in?
made $1 billion was because
Exactly,
of women like
yeah.
Yep,
Thank
100%.
you.
Women are thirsty too.
Men don't get offended by seeing a man that looks
Yeah, this
like
doesn't
that.
bother me.
This doesn't bother me.
Well,
Like,
here's
it
the
doesn't
thing.
bother anyone.
We can all name 2 Vegas shows that are 100% appealing to women and objectifying men.
Here's
Thunder
the
from Down
difference.
Under and Chippendales.
Here's the
Yeah, I
difference.
was gonna
Men
say
look at that and
Chippendales,
say,
yeah.
I want to look like that. Women see another woman that's better looking than them, and they say, how dare she be better looking than me? That's the problem.
Well, no,
See?
they say they're only doing that for the male gaze.
No,
Like they put
don't.
it, they put
Well,
the
that's the
blame.
cult
They
part of
basically
it.
put the blame on the men. Like, how dare
Not all
you
women,
Google
but-
this?
Who gives a shit? Things sold better when they were looking at the male gaze. I'm just gonna say it, and it's true. Things
Sex
sell better.
dolls?
Things sell better when they push
Yeah,
for the male
fireman
gaze.
calendars were never a thing.
Yeah. It's so dumb. I hate these mother
With
man.
puppies, Tom. Firemen with puppies calendars.
That's
They're
even, oh my God, that's like a
firemen that hold little puppies and
nuclear
kids.
bomb.
There'll be no fires. There'd be that much water.
Yeah, remember in
Right.
Thor: Love and Thunder, they never showed Scarlett Johansson's ass, but they sure were ready to show Chris Hemsworth's ass, weren't they?
Yeah.
I'm not complaining.
No, you wouldn't.
You
I'm
clicked it
complaining because
off.
I really would have liked to see
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson's ass.
I'm offended. I'm offended that Anna is not complaining.
Wait, there's
How
a
about-
movie where she's
how about
full
that?
frontal Flash.
Really,
You know,
what's that? What is that movie?
I don't know. It's weird.
Can you send me the name of it?
Yeah, I'll get it.
No,
for
but
you.
he's got a point. When are
Yeah,
we
send me
ever
that
going to
name.
see a bare ass woman in the Marvel universe? Never. Not in the MCU proper.
No, but the whole point is, it's like you don't need to.
The movie's called In Under the Skin.
You don't need
Let me write this down. Hold on. We're gonna
Who do you see? Full frontal? Nudity?
ScarJo.
In
All you have to do is
Oh.
Google In Under the Skin.
Under
You see
the
full frontal.
Skin movie. Okay. Yeah, DM that to myself. Watch that shit.
Spoilers, Rhino. She has boobs.
More skin showing here than there is with Emma Frost and other female characters. But of course, our boy Nathan here, the previous user who was complaining about the over-sexualization, would continue on and address that point I just made by saying, and can we stop this dumb comparison acting like these are similar? Both of these men have no cheeks out on display, so please be silent. So I guess the character's only being sexualized if their cheeks are out.
What about
They're totally sexualized. They got their big bulge on Namor. Look at that.
That's what-
Look at
yeah.
that bulge
because
on him.
women- 'cause
Dude's
women
fucking
love-
packing a 12-inch dick.
Yeah, because women notoriously love dick pics, right?
Oh my god!
Not really, but they do like the bulge.
I'm making a point. I'm making my point. Is there women
It
find other
depends.
things?
How hot is the guy?
See, you are the exception to the rule, Anna.
No, listen. The second I found out that Chris Evans accidentally showed a dick pic on his Instagram live, I
raced. I raced to look for that picture.
Yeah, but those are movie stars. Those are movie stars. Just so you
But
can say
he
you saw
played,
a
he played
movie
a
star's dick.
superhero, so they could, just cut and paste that onto.
listen. When the second Henry's nudes come out,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Anna will be there in a flash.
But
No,
you know,
that's the
like
other
the focus on that bulge there, like that's a hyper masculinity fertility thing, which is like something they don't even realize or talk about.
It's sexualizing the character.
Absolutely, it is, but they don't care. It's not the same. They don't have their cheeks out. Be silent. These are the dumbest people, and I'm so glad companies are pausing, listening to these retards. Thank God.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, do they really think that like the shirtless, the guys having their shirts off in Marvel movies, that's for the men? It's not. It's for the women.
Well, Namor has always been half naked
Well, that's what I was just saying. They've gone way out of their way for the
since the Golden Age, actually.
Oh no, it's not just Namor. Like Chris Hemsworth in his very first movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like he had to take
What
his shirt
about
off.
Henry
What's his
Cavill
name?
and Superman?
Ant-Man got into shape because he knew that he was going to have a shirtless scene. So Paul Rudd went and got into shape. Robert Downey Jr. They all had to go and get it in shape because they were going to have those shirt off moments.
Steph is making my
and then
point.
and then
yeah.
the women over the next few years of Marvel started to get more and more covered up.
Exactly.
Yep.
I mean,
Oh, well,
even
look at the
Black Widow never
introduction.
really showed off that
Well, they
much more
even
than
stopped
cleavage.
showing ScarJo's hair. Like if you watch Iron Man 2, her hair is all beautiful and curled and dyed, and then in her own movie, it's like she didn't even put a hairbrush through it. So
She was so hot. I wanted one too.
Russell Hall says for two, women love wieners. Every hole needs a pole.
oh my god, Russell.
A lot of them don't like the back door hole. I myself don't like going in there either. So.
Can we move on to other shit?
A little bit more.
Yeah, I don't know. He pulls up basically the
You don't need to understand video games to understand these retards, Tom.
two worst examples of male characters, and apparently those are not in any way comparable to what we see on the left. Makes no sense. But of course, we're talking about cheeks out. I mean,
No problem here.
just like 2 seconds ago, they released a twerking Venom.
Yeah.
His cheeks are out. I don't see you complaining about that or
Nope.
comparing it to what you're complaining about. But anyways, Legendary Drops makes a good point that I didn't think of. So he says in response, love seeing dudes saying we need to stop sexualizing female characters while girls celebrate the designs and cosplay them. Truly, we live in a world. And I think that's a very fair point to make.
It's always these male feminists Male feminists are worse than liberal white women. I'm going to put that out there. I think it's true.
Male feminists are liberal white women.
They're worse than liberal white women.
Well, they are after the transition.
Yeah, because then they say they're lesbians and then they attack the women because the women don't want to have sex with them.
And then they start competing in women's sports.
Well,
Hey.
male feminists will be the ones that are like, oh, defend all women. But if me and Steph voice our opinion, they immediately attack us.
Yep.
Because you
Yeah.
guys are
You don't know, but
self-hating.
we're
Yeah.
teaching you the proper way.
Yeah.
We need a mansplain to you now.
Yeah.
Basically.
You will see within days hundreds of women cosplaying as Emma Frost based on the Marvel Rivals
Absolutely. They were already cosplaying as her.
design. So I don't really know where people get off kind of telling women what they can or can't
Oh,
do
we
or
know
what
where
they
they
should
get
or
off. I
Oh,
was gonna say, I
man.
was away earlier, and I don't know. I mean, I'm only moderately familiar with the X-Men. Even I know Emma Frost is like a whore.
Yeah. It's always been a part of her character.
Yeah, like I don't know much about her, but I know that.
She's always been highly sexual.
Always, like maybe next to like Phoenix, she's like the
Ro-
most.
oh, Rogue even. Rogue.
Rogue.
Rogue's only problem is she can't touch him. But she is like, she's always
wants
wanted-
to be a
Really
whore,
didn't
but-
start
She
till the
wants-
Jim Lee.
Yeah.
She
era.
wants to be a whore. She really wants to be a
Well,
whore.
Rogue just wants love.
She does.
I
I
just
can
want love,
understand
yeah.
Rogue. I
That's
can
true.
understand Rogue's situation. Like,
Rogue.
but
Rogue can't be a hoe.
exactly. Like yeah.
But there was one time when she Magneto, but that's only because that was the first time she could anybody.
Well, he's immune to her.
Well, he puts a magnetic condom on basically. He uses magnetism and puts it all over his body. So it's like a shield. Literally, he turns himself into a condom.
shouldn't do, especially when they're basically giving
But he can also impregnate her, though. How can she have babies? Wouldn't she?
See,
That's like a plot hole that I've never thought of until just now. Like, because I think they have kids in Age of Apocalypse. Wouldn't she suck the life force out of the baby?
I don't know. I don't know. But
Probably
you think
not.
the
Because
way to
women
counter-
that are infected with AIDS, their babies aren't born with AIDS.
That's
right?
true.
Yeah, but she steals life force by touching the skin of
Yeah, but
someone,
the baby,
and that baby is connected to your womb.
I
Well,
know,
the,
but
the,
maybe-
the
Latches
baby's on
onto
the
it.
inside though, so maybe
Yeah,
the-
maybe it's her
But
skin. Like you need the
it's her
skin
skin
to
itself.
contact, so she
I don't
won't.
know.
I
And it's
think
a
that's
part,
the
But
case.
also too, it's a part of her. It's growing from her, so maybe that makes it a little
That's
bit
true
different.
too.
Yeah, it's like
And not only
immune.
that, yeah, and have they not ever figured out to just make a mutant that like can give other people powers so that those two can get together and bump uglies? Like, because that would like equal each other out, wouldn't it?
Well, Deadpool technically wasn't a mutant. They gave him powers through experiments.
Well, no.
Well,
I mean,
she only-
a mutant who actually can mutate others, right?
Oh,
Wouldn't
I
he
don't know.
technically be immune to her because like he could just keep changing his mutation that he's giving her, and she would just be having a wild night, and he would be fine. I'm just thinking like a comic book writer.